Good afternoon, Colorado House District 64. Hey, I wanted to get everyone caught up on kind of what's been going on this past week and what we have coming up. For those of you that didn't see, I was able to go to Boston for a conference on the correction system and re-entry for young adults. It was actually really a good conference. My background, my expertise comes from law enforcement, and most of that time in law enforcement was in corrections. I worked in the county jail for 8 of my 10 years at the sheriff's office, and I like attending these conferences that have to do with corrections and have to do with the criminal justice system because of my expertise in that field. The biggest thing is, besides my feedback, I can also see an outsider's perspective. So it's kind of nice to see both aspects of that and be able to implement my experience as well for people that don't have the experience in criminal justice or law enforcement and corrections. So with that, it was nice to be able to hear some really great speakers talking about criminal justice, but on the level of violence and violent criminals getting second chances, if you will. Not necessarily in deterring violent criminals from the criminal justice system, but giving them alternatives once they get out of incarceration and they re-enter into society to make sure that they won't re-offend. There were some great programs in place, but the biggest thing that was, I think, the most refreshing thing to hear was conversations about violent criminals that didn't resort to the tools that they use, i.e. guns. It more referred to the mental health aspect and the walks of life, the experiences that young people have, the experiences that people have in their communities, kind of a no way out scenario in their own personal lives where they feel in a lot of cases that their only options are jail or death. And to have something where they might end up going to jail and serving time in prison. Some of them might actually be killed in the violent nature of their communities and the gang issues that happen in a lot of different communities. But others that are in these vulnerable communities, especially in Boston there, they have a program called ROCA, and ROCA, you can look it up. It's pretty phenomenal seeing what they do and giving younger people cognitive-based therapy, getting them involved. For those of you that are unfamiliar with cognitive-based therapy, I've worked a lot in that area. It's basically coping skills, and if anyone has been paying attention to the generational gaps that we have, I think the biggest issue we have with our younger generation resorting to violence, resorting to shooting somebody, shooting places up, otherwise not handling skills, not handling situations with great coping skills. We need to have more of that. Unfortunately, a lot of parenting that is happening these days is done by devices. We have parents that hand their kids a tablet or a phone to watch a movie or play a game rather than teaching them life skills. Not saying that I'm immune to that. I'm guilty of that myself as a parent. But we have to separate ourselves and separate our kids from that, get them more involved in learning life skills, learning coping skills, being able to handle situations verbally without emotions getting out of hand and without resorting to violence in any and every situation for conflict resolution. So it was really great to see that, and a big focus on cognitive-based therapy. I was happy to hear everything and got a good tour of ROCA and everything that they're all about. I would love at some point to be able to implement something like that here in Colorado, but it would take a while to be able to get the funding to do that, because I don't think taxpayers necessarily need to be handling that, but there are other ways to raise the money that it takes to get a program like that off the ground, and it's in the millions. So at some point that'll be a venture of mine to take on, or at least support. In the meantime, it's good to be back here in Colorado. It's also nice. Tonight I'll be speaking at the Greeley Republican Women's monthly meeting, so it'll be great to be able to touch base with a lot of the people in my district and the Republican ladies in the district. So I'm excited to be there with Senator Byron Pelton. Moving forward, as you know, I do have a fundraiser coming up July 13th. That is going to be the Phoenix Weaponry Open House. If you would like to be able to be eligible to win some of the great door prizes we have there. Custom-made Phoenix weaponry rifle, AR-15, a lot of other stuff coming down the pipe. You have to buy tickets to attend. Otherwise, you can attend for the open house. You just won't have any opportunity to win any of the door prizes that we're giving away there. So I highly encourage you check out the fundraiser. Get on there, donate. Tickets are $50 donations. So if you donate more than $50, you can get more tickets for every $50 you buy, and that's per person, not per family or anything like that. So please help support and invest in me. And otherwise, I'd love to see you at the fundraiser and open house on July 13th at Phoenix Weaponry here in Berthoud. More will be coming out about that. We do have a month until that comes around, but I think it'll be awesome. It'll be a good opportunity to meet some of the constituents and people around the district that I have not met yet or that are new to House District 64. So come on out. Otherwise, there's going to be a lot going on. I'm in and out of the Capitol trying to get things rolling, get things prepared for interim committees and also for next session. I'm already getting some of my bills lined out for next session. I plan to have all 5 of my bills lined out before elections happen in November, but I am excited to be working with a lot of great people and getting those bills to move forward, and I'll have more on those as time goes forward. But in the meantime, thank you. It's going along great. I want to get as much support as I can this go around. I did last election, but again, this election, I do have a Democrat opponent, as many of you know. We need to just make them feel this one. They need to stop putting a candidate on the ballot. It's worthless. We've got a very conservative district. We've got a very common sense district, and they don't want woke liberal ideology coming into the Capitol. So come out and support me. I'll be getting out knocking doors here after the primaries, and otherwise, I hope to see you all out there. It's going to be a great campaign year. It's going to be a great finish to our 2024 session, and looking forward to the 2025 session. So thanks again. I'll see you guys out there.
Taking care of business every day. Taking care of business every day.